Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be taking a look at these figures here. This is the Terrorcons Abominus set from Generation 1. I was at Megacon Orlando last weekend, and I was able to pick this up. And this has me excited because this is one of the few combiners I don't have from Generation 1 in my 40 years of collecting these figures. God, I'm old. But, I mean, so this is cool. It's Generation 1, so there's not a lot of talk about it. They're simple. I didn't get that many accessories that come with them. I only got a couple of weapons for a couple of these guys. I did get some instructions, but just on how to form the combiner, and it's not that hard. It's Generation 1. This is simple shit. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at these. First and foremost, Hunger. Hunger is amazing for a Generation 1 toy. And here's why. He has articulation. You can move stuff on him. Not much, but hey, for a Generation 1 toy, that's pretty cool. So you can put these heads in different positions. And because of how he transforms for the body, for the combiner mode for the torso, that gives the torso a little bit of posability as well. To transform him, it's really simple. His heads become his feet. You're going to take the toes here, flip them up. You're going to take these, bring them down, push them back here, try to get them out of the way as best you can. Because you got to bring this down. And then you got to pop open this hand. Bring this around, pop open this hand, then you're going to take this, you're going to flip it back, and it's so hard to do sometimes. And then you got that, and of course he has that very lovely G1 noggin of his, that face that is his so much. And for those of you not unfamiliar with the character, they debuted in the 3rd season. They're primarily enemies of the Technobots. Not really much to say. They're formed by monsters. They're Decepticons. They don't really have much personality other than we're evil. So, it's a 1980s cartoon. What do you expect? And then you can take the Abominus chest plate and plug it in as a shield. And there he goes. And again, not much as far as articulation guys. He has elbow. His legs actually have some pretty decent knee bend. And he can do the splits. There is no wrist rotation. There is no hip rotation. The arms do move, of course, because you do need to manipulate them for the combiner mode. Let's go ahead and get him to stand right here. Next, we'll take a look at Blot. Blot's kind of stupid. He's supposed to be like an ogre or something, according to TF Wiki. Now, again, I did get this used, so there is a lot of rust I am not responsible for on this. But he is what he is. Can't really figure out what he is either. To transform him, it's basic. You're going to pull up. You're going to push these out of the way as best you can. What's really cool is the head actually hides in the monster mode, and now it's stuck. Oy vey, the things I do for this channel. There we go. And then these fold up, push them back and in, and then you can actually pose the arms up or down if you want to get them out of the way. You push them down like that. I tend to have them up, give them a little bit more of a menacing feel. And then he has some arms. Yay. If he had his weapon, that would plug in here. You're not buying this for this figure. Because of how he does transform, though, you can move his head up and down a little bit. So you can give him a little bit of slight posability. Again, it's a 1980s toy. What do you expect? Ripper Snapper, who pretty much has one of the coolest designs I've ever seen in a Generation 1 toy. Some sort of land shark. Yes, land shark. You can see here It's got some teeth. This is where an eye should be. Again, not much to talk about. You pull this down, you pull that up, you take off this back gun, you take this back, you fold it back, put these in the back here, pop these out, give him his other gun, pull the legs out of the way, and he's done. Not much to talk about. Like I said, it's real simple, stupid. It's 1980s. Cutthroat. He transforms into some sort of winged monster. He doesn't stand up that well because I'm missing the tail, so he's a little imbalanced. Unlike most Transformers, he does get this articulation right here, so you can pose him to look more and more like a bird. Doesn't really do much for you, but hey. As far as transformation goes, you bring down the head, extend the feet, you put the monster feet in the back, push his wings back, and he's done. Again, I don't have his weapon, so I don't really know how it would look with him. Finally, we have Sinner Twin. And Sinner Twin, just like Hunger, is a two-headed animal of some sort. He does have that nice beast mode. Nothing really to talk about again, although he does have his tail, which is, again, forked. And for those of you who've ever watched the X-Men 2 commentary, that makes me a little bit worried. Sorry, that's a nerd tangent there. Again, same transformation. You pull the leg down. You pull the leg down. You get rid of his schoolgirl gun. You fold these away. Then you get a tiny little gun that he can't really do anything with because it's Generation 1. I don't know why I'm singing. But yeah, that's them. it's I don't know what else to say. But as you can see, they are the general G1 combiner form. Now the only thing different really is just like with Terrorcon, Hunger doesn't transform into a weapon base or any interactivity other than being a torso. So that is a downside to that figure. As far as getting them into their combiner mode, you're going to remove this. You'll need it later. You'll fold this down away. Oh, bye. Alright, you're going to take this. You're going to fold the hands in. And then you're going to want to move the leg down so you can swing this back. Then you can bring the leg back up just to kind of hold it into place. But you don't have to do that, I don't think. I don't have the official instruction, so I just kind of use the best of my ability. And then just like with all G1 combiners, you bring this up and you make them into a H shape, basically. Alright, we'll start with the legs because that'll give them some stability. Get rid of the gun. Fold the arm down. Kind of get everything so it'll be out of the way. He's the left foot, so I want to make sure I get the left base. Sorry, this leg's in the way and the tail's kind of holding it back. Now, I'm surprised. I mean, these toys are 30-something years old, and they're still held together pretty well. There we go. I should stop looking through the camera to do this. But it's what I do. And then him, same thing. Kind of just get the arms out of the way as best you can. You stick the tab in the hole. You try not to giggle like a teenager. Set him out just a little bit more. This is the part that has me nervous. Anyone who's ever played Generation 1 toys know that this connection piece sucks. You're basically sticking their heads into these tabs that don't exactly give you much confidence. That's why I don't transform my Defensor anymore. And I'm a little bit nervous with my Superion as well. Pieces are going to get stuck. And as you can see here, it doesn't really want to go in. So you got to kind of take it and just be gentle with it. Give it some sweet loving. Talk about some foreplay. I don't know. I'm just going to do it off camera because it's easier to do. I need to be able to see and have depth perception. And using a 3D space with a 2D object, or reverse that, a 3D object with a 2D view doesn't really work. So, there we go. For Blot, to get him into arm mode, you're going to take these, pop them back out like that, bring that down. No, you're only supposed to bring that part down. There you go. Make sure he's extended the whole way. Find the correct fist, otherwise you'll be thumbing the wrong direction. And this up. Side of expanse in the background there. And again, you just want to get the heads in there without breaking them. Easier said than done sometimes. For Cuddy, make sure you fold his arm down, bring that down. Usually you just leave this kind of straight. I kind of like to have it almost like up, give it more of like a rounded shoulder, but we'll do what they tell you to do. Alright. Stick the head, you stick it on like so. And unlike some of my other combiners, this one's really loose. And then you just gotta line these up. And because Generation 1 was typically lazy, you take Hunger's Gun and you can put it in any fist. Now this is a Scramble City combiner, even though the torso doesn't form a base, so any one of these limbs can be any limb that you want. This is the one that they tell you to do in the instructions, so I'm going with it. And there you go. It is what it is. It's a Generation 1 combiner. It's not much to talk about. You don't get much maneuverability, you don't get much posability. It's just supposed to look cool. And I think he does. It is what it is. It's a 1980s toy. It's why I have no money other than working crappy jobs and depression. Anyways, so just to show you his size, I'm going to grab one of the cone heads, one of the few Generation 1 figures I have out, just to show you the size. It comes up to about here, so it's about double the size of a cone head. And the only combiner I currently have out is his enemy. And he's actually bigger than Computron, which is really cool. Although I don't really have these guys standing out like they're supposed to. Ooh, see? His head's not in there. But, yeah. So, there you go. Like I said, not much to talk about. Generation 1. Somehow I still made this rambling video for 14 minutes straight. And I gotta cut one little thing out of it. But other than that, it is what it is. Thank you very much for watching. Please comment down below. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to see next. And please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your week.